Hi, welcome to the second video. In this video, I'm gonna lead us to install Claude Code and Codex on our computer. Now, before that one, I want to talk to you about Node.js. So Node.js is a runtime environment that makes you run JavaScript outside of the browser, right? So think of it as the engine that makes Claude Code and Codex run on your computer. So basically the engine that makes Claude Code and Codex run on your computer, right? OpenAI has rewritten Codex with Rust. That's a different language that makes it run without Node. But I would really advise that it's good that you get Node.js on your computer because so many other platforms uses Node.js as long as you are, running something in the CLI. And by CLI, I mean the command line interface, what I showed in the previous video, which is the terminal. So the first thing that we'll do is to download Node.js. Simply go into your browser and then you just type in download Node.js and then it brings you these links. So you can click on the first one and then you get to have an interface like this. So you will realize that the page registers your device. So if you're using Mac OS like mine, you're probably going to see something like this, right? And if you are on Windows, you're going to see Windows related, test of that sort. So you simply click on that one and then the download begins. So after it's downloaded, you just double click on it to begin the installation. So you just click on continue. You read it if you have to. I'm not sure a lot of people read it. I know I don't. So you just click on continue again. It asks if you want to agree to it. Of course, you agree to it. And then you click on install and it begins to install. I already have Node.js on my computer, so I'm not going to install. But if you click on install, it will now install Node.js on your computer. So now we want to confirm that we have Node.js on our computer. So to do that, we go back to the terminal. And I know you're a guru in the terminal by now from the last video. So let's go to the terminal and confirm that we truly have Node.js. To do that, we use a command that is called flag. So basically the application that you want to check that you have a version of, and then you bring dash dash and then version, right? So this time around we are checking if we have node installed. That is how come we have node at the start of the command, and then the dash dash and then version. So this is the long form of it. So when I hit enter, it tells me the version of node that I have. So this is not the latest version. And don't do what I'm about to do. What I'm about to do is because I have something that is called a node version manager. So it switches version depending on the platform that I want to use. So this time around, I want to use version 20. So you don't necessarily have to do this because you will probably have the version 20 installed or 21 or whichever version that it is, depending on the time that you are doing this, right? So to check this thing that I used, that was the long version, right? So to use the short version of the flag, you do this, right? And then it tells you the version of the node that you're currently using. So now that we've confirmed that we have node, let's go on and get our Codex and Claude Code. So I realized that I've been operating under the assumption that you know Codex and know Claude Code, right? You probably do, but just in case. Codex is an OpenAI agent that works in your terminal, right? So it's a CLI agent from OpenAI that makes you build stuff. So you realize that when you go to your usual chat GPT and then you put a query or you text something to chat GPT, it spits it back to you in a text, right? But when you tell it to build something, it doesn't actually go on your computer to do it. So Codex and Claude Code are the tools that we have gotten from OpenAI and Anthropic, respectively, to be able to build actually on our computer with their agents. So it's the same model, it's the same chat GPT, Claude, the various models that belongs to these companies, but this time around the Codex and the Claude Code are the agents that work on your computer to do what you are prompting it to do and not just spitting out text and telling you to go do those stuff, right? So that is basically it. So let's go ahead and get Codex. Now to get Codex, you simply go to your browser and then let's get a new window and Codex CLI. You just search for Codex CLI, which brings you these links, and then you'll be able to click onto that one. Ensure that you click on the right one. Click on this one, Codex CLI, right? And then it brings you this interface, and see, it's a curl command, so it's a standalone. Later on, I will explain what a curl command and all of these other stuff are. So this is the command to install Claude Code from your terminal, right? So we simply just copy that command, and then we go into our terminal, right? So in our terminal, we simply paste that command that we copied from OpenAI's page, and then we run it. So you click on enter and then it will run it. So over here, you will see that mine is saying updating Codex, CLI, detected platform, macOS, all of those stuff. Because I already have Codex on my computer, it's not going to install it. Of course, I have it, but then it updated it, right? So if you do not have it, you are going to see a bunch of lines running on your computer, and then later on, it will tell you that it's installed it successfully. And yes, I also want to take you through this command really quick. So start Codex now is asking. So the Y here means yes, and here means no. Kind of intuitive. So I'm not gonna start now. So I will just do N. I hit enter, and that's it, right? So it did not start Codex. So I want you to check if yours have downloaded successfully. If it has, let's do this quick check again. So to check that you have an application running on your computer with a CLI, with a terminal, what you're going to do is what we did earlier with Node. So you type Codex, right? And then you check the version. So if you have it, this command is going to let you know the version of Codex that you have. So Codex and then the version, you hit enter, and then it tells you Codex CLI 0.137.0, whatever version that it is, depending on the time that you're watching it. If you're watching this in the future, you're probably going to see maybe CLI 13 point something or whichever one that it may be. So if you see this command, then it means that you have Codex and you are good to go. Back in our terminal, to launch Codex, you simply type Codex and then you hit the enter key, and that is going to launch Codex. Good. If this is your first time doing it, you're probably going to be prompted to sign into Codex, and then you can sign into Codex with your ChatGPT account. It is probably going to open a browser for you so that you log in the usual way that you do. Do you know what? Let's just do it real quick. If it's your first time, you're probably going to see something like this, a prompt to log in, and then it brings you to your browser, and then you'll be able to log into Codex with your credential. So you do that, and then you have access to Codex. Congratulations, now you have Codex installed on your computer. Now let's go through the same process and get Claude Code installed on the computer as well. So getting Claude Code follows a similar procedure like what we used in getting Codex. So you simply come into your browser and then you type install Claude Code CLI. So install Claude Code CLI, and then you click on this link, download Claude Code, that link. You click on that one. You scroll down, so you can see that it's got an interface like the Codex, if you remember. So and then we just copy. We just simply copy the command, go into our terminal, and then paste that command, run the command, and then the installation will begin, right? So when it's done, it's going to alert us that, hey, I've now installed Claude Code, you are good to go. So Claude Code has been installed. Well, just like we do, let's check the version. And of course, Claude Code is installed. We know we have Claude Code installed. Now to launch Claude, you simply just type Claude, just like we did with Codex, and then it launches it. So over here, the system is asking us, do we trust Claude Code to do this? Of course we do, right? So we just give it the access to it. And then over here it's asking if I want to use any MCP. Later on, I will explain some of these stuff to you. No, I'm not going to need it. And just like that, Claude Code is land. And we can see that this is the place where we can input our prompt. So say, yeah, check on it as well. We can input our prompt here, and then it will be able to give us an answer. So I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How can I help you today? So just like that, now Claude Code has access to our computer. It can go into our folders and do all of those stuff. So let's just say, what directory or folder are you in now? Let's see what it says. So it says that it's in the users MacBook Pro folder. So just like that, it now has access to that. So congratulations, just like that, you now have Codex and you have Claude Code on your computer. You are more closer to a developer than you think, right? Which is great. So now you can actually get to build something. So in our next video, I'm going to lead us through building something, maybe a personal website, right? Using Claude Code, which is going to be super easy. So stay tuned. The next video will be in shortly. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and let's get building. Thank you for joining me today. See you in the next video.